Right, I was just about to, like, on the normal session. This is the bit where I'm like going to recap on what we've actually done in the session. So I'm going to put this at the beginning rather than like sum up what we did at the end. I'm going to stick this at the beginning so you can see if you want to watch the whole session, or whether you just like want to like watch bits, or whether you're not bothered, you just want to catch up on what's happening. I thought I'm going to try to do this, and I would love to hear from yourselves as to whether you think it's a good idea. I personally think it's not a bad thing. I know you're all busy, so therefore if somebody who just wants to dip in and dip out, then I'm happy with that, really, to be honest, because people are doing that anyway. So why do I not just work with, if that's the way that you would like to sort of do it, then why not work through? So what did we achieve in this session? They're doing well, the chickens, very, very close to giving birth. Well, we've been a little busy this session. We have planted all of those in peas and all of those rice. We fertilised the fields, and we can also see that we weeded. For some reason, although you can see we did have the fertilisation on, and we didn't run out of fertiliser on the little one. All right, let's just move you forwards a little bit. Yeah, although we didn't run out of fertiliser, I don't understand why, for some reason, it didn't carry on with the fertilisation. It's like the workers switched it off, which is a bit odd. So yeah, for some reason, we only got like the first section done, and like everything else is not. So with the two, I did part of that, and the other one with the Bedner did it, and that's fully fertilised. That one needs a second fertilisation state, which we can do now, and we knew that they just needed flicking over, and then they'd be done. So we just need to flick over with that one, and that one for some reason, because it didn't take on those two, which is weird. But we did all the planting, everything's planted. We do need, no, it's April, sorry, yeah, need to flood the fields, but it won't let me do it at the minute. I thought you needed to flood it. We did some testing, some mod testing of the grain mills. I've got my grain mill, the enhanced, I've got the giant standard, and we've got the Lortz windmill. So again, it's I don't do mod testing like externally. This is all going to be gone though, because this literally, we saved the game before I did the test. So I'm going to go out and they're all just going to disappear, and it's not going to happen. And we're going to go with mine, but I'm going to let you look at the results, the cycles on that, if you'd like to take a look at that. That's in the last 5 minutes of the session. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we didn't really fertilise because we'd already done that. Can't flood the fields. We've fed the chickens, and yeah, that is it really. We didn't buy any equipment this session. So we did talk about the Schnufflestuck, about how useful it would be to make the dragon a bit more useful, because it could then like be a lorry, and it can like tow all the different hitches and all the rest of it. Because at the minute, I find the dragon on almost all of the Let's Plays is sort of useless. I'm not totally. You can like grab the Bachmann and have that as a trailer on the back, but apart from that, it's sort of like, it's not quite big enough to be a trailer on its own, but it's sort of like you can use it in that sort of thing. But it really would be useful if you could have a proper trailer at the back of it as well. So yeah, going forwards, the Schnufflestuck will give a new lease of life to the dragon, really. And yeah, I was talking about the international, but it won't, because you need a fifth wheel, don't you, really, to something else. I don't know if that's ever been done, but it's not a bad use for those lorries that haven't got a rear hitch, which there are quite a lot of them. There's only a small percentage normally of the modded ones that have that back hitch, so yeah, it would be nice to actually do that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to say goodbye because I'm going to tack this at the front, so yeah. Hello and welcome. Right, back on Hutan Pantai. Yeah, literally getting around the Let's Plays really, really well, and I'm really loving this. I've got to be honest, it's one up on Courseplay. It is. It's sort of. I hope the Courseplay team do plug into it. It's a really decent feature. This, like, yeah, like, that's what are we doing? What reminded me? Oh, we're planting peas, aren't we? Of course we are. Oh wow, that's nearly finished. Wow, that one really has as well. Fantastic. It's just on its last little bit. In fact, you know, we're going to take over. It's just this last little bit. And we're going to go across the road. To be honest, I was thinking about this. It's probably one of the most stable, as in like it's predictable, but there's a certain bit of niceness to that sometimes, a bit of predictability. Um, and obviously we are expanding. It really is as simple as that. It's each year we've grabbed another field, and we're also buying equipment still. So it really is. I think that is everything. It is right. Let's get the other little field done over here. And yeah, let's get this going. And let's go and see how you're doing. Let's just take over. We'll do this last little bit, because this is the bit that I find they're a bit slow with, and that is like the yeah, the headlands. The ups and the downs they're fine with, but then they start like faffing around with the corners, even though they don't really need to. But oh wow, we need a bit of seeds, more seeds from this one. I'm not surprised. It is a big field. Now then, it is true what I always said though. I think what we're going to have to do is, like anything, I am trying to play this as if I was a farmer and observing crop rotation, because the soil does get tired of having the same yeah, they do grab nutrients out of the soil. So really, I mean, all crops sort of do that anyway, but like to have the same crop type, well, theoretically anyway, going on what everybody says, it's yeah, really the soil needs, I mean, I know we're fertilising, we're sort of putting nitrates back in. Without that, then it really would be terrible. But it's even with that, it's still. I never noticed how beautiful it is over there. Yeah, it still is. It tires the soil out. So the same crop type really is seen as bad. Yeah, I can't really say that it is or it isn't. So going on what everybody says, and so therefore observing what farmers have to observe in real life, I'm trying to observe the same thing myself, because obviously we don't really have to observe such things. We can plant in the same field every single time if we so desire, but I want to play this like we are a farmer. Well, we are a virtue farmer, but yeah, what I mean is I want to play with the same rules, which is why I'm on hard economy, why I'm insisting on staying on hard economy, even though it's an absolute nightmare. It really is tough, but yeah, we'll get the, yeah, it's March. So April is us sowing, seeding our rice, long grain, and that really did work well. It was a good call to go onto the long grain rice, something I must remember. Yeah, we've got all this expensive equipment, and we've found something that's better. Of course, you could do the short grain rice for other things. I mean, we found something that's better, more profitable, quite a bit more profitable. And yeah, it wasn't. I was worried that it might waste a bit. You know, like it was going to be a bit more wasteful, and we were going to like lose a lot more. But we really didn't. It was pretty much of a muchness. So let's get that. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm moving the team as well, and you consider we were only a team of one, and then we quickly bought the fence, and we've got the telehandler and things like that, and the dragon. The dragon's a bit of a funny one, but I thought about this earlier, and I thought, I've got the dragon on 2 Let's Plays, and I thought, it's pretty much useless, and I thought, not really. Not if you had a snuffle stock. It can then do whatever. It can take whatever it wants. It can be a lorry, or whatever, and I thought it's true actually. Yeah, I'm missing a trick with that. So going forwards, yeah, I'm going to learn my lesson. It's true on those Let's Plays. I'm actually trying. It's one of my long-term projects to do something similar to the Snuffle Stuck, which is basically a single thing that does everything. It's a cracking idea. I think one that we've all dreamt of. It's I'm not copying the Snuffle Stuck, as in like I'm using a completely different model. I'm basing it upon a dolly, and which I'm actually sure that they've done the same. But mine's definitely going to be shorter, but I am not going to rip their model off or anything like that. I'm going to make it from the giant style of the Crampy. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah, I'm going to like use that model. Again, I am going to have to model it. It's not something I can just. Yeah, it needs shortening. I think I might do 2 or 3 different models. Something is damaged as well. Wow, it is. That's going to cost us a bit, but of all the Let's Plays, as I said, our money on this is quite good, and we have bought quite a bit of stuff as well. And are we going to remember to... I think we've got one of the banner stats on this, haven't we? I'm sure we've got the roller, haven't we? Let's have a look. I'm sure we have. And it's the Vadestad. Yeah, that I think we've got, if we have. Oh, okay, maybe we haven't then. I thought we had. Okay, there you go. Totally wrong, as usual. This is our last little bit. And then we're going to start on that. We do need a bit more seeds, so we'll go grab some seeds. I must check the chickens, although I presume at 10:30 that I've actually already done that. Presume, but yeah, this is me. I have finally, I won't say fixed my enclosure, I've started again, and it is something I really should have known, having tried to do this before. Obviously, Giants do sort of condone modding the models that you've got in the game. They tell you, you can actually, within the editor, it says import mod from game. So the functionality is there. They're allowing you to do that. But to be honest, they're not. Yeah, it's really weird for saying that they're sort of saying, yeah, come and be a modder, come and learn how to mod. But then they say no as well in the same breath, because there's a lot of things you can't do. Yeah, let's grab this. We're passing, even though we don't really need that. It's more seeds. Oh no, we need to unfold. I keep forgetting with this. It's a bit of a... Yeah, there were a few like this on FS22 and even FS19 where you've got to... you have to go side next to it. It's really quite exact in the way that it wants to actually... Yeah, it's very strange. Now we can fill our seeds from... lowered it, which is why it wasn't played more. Right, so seeds. Have we got any, or are we going to have to resort to the Matana, being as we are so close? Have we got any seeds in? I think I said this last time, and I think the answer to the question was no. We hadn't got any seeds. I think. I'm sure. Did we buy some down at the shop? I never noticed when I was down there, but we could. Oh, we have got... Oh, that's right. Yes, I do remember now. Wow. Yeah. That's true, actually. The Transstar, I was thinking about the Schnuffelstalk. And did we actually buy it? I can't remember now whether we actually... You didn't quite finish. I can see that you've definitely not finished. There's a bit down the other end. I can see a bit of black where you missed. So you're not quite as perfect as I thought you were. Still not bad though. I mean, yeah, I can live with that kind of error, but it is a bit strange because obviously they've got the ability to scan the field, so it's a little bit naughty, really. Let's just check. I'm sure we did this last time, and I'm sure the answer to this was no, but we haven't got any. But go forwards a bit, can we? Oh, we can. We don't really need any fertiliser. We'd actually totally put in the fertiliser. So it looks like either go down the shop or we buy a bit of seeds from the Matana, which is probably not quite as cheap as mine, but again, it is sometimes that you really, it's the how convenient it is to have a fill point where you can call a company that and actually get them to drop you some stuff off. It's got a very, very wide field trigger, very, very wide. Yeah, so it's a bit temperamental though. We can see how far away we are. Not bad. Not bad at all, really. Right, so then, we want to do the top field. We do need to close that as well. Good job there's no rice in here, but then I wouldn't do it then if that was true. So we'll start this on the headland. Or do I do the headland with this and we'll leave the worker doing the ups and the downs with the bedner? Which I've lost where we actually put it. Yeah, that's all I put it. Right, smashing. Let's get some seeds in this, because this really is... Yeah, this is a better... it's about 1,000 litres, 22%, a bit more than that, 1,500. Ooh, 2,000. To that top field, and let's get this last bit. Hey, I've got to be honest, they pretty much sewed up those first two sort of fields, like you know, like I mean we saw. That was really very, very impressive, really. Right, let's get this going, so you can do the ups and the downs, and then I'm going to time lapse this though, because this time it'll take a little bit longer. Right, so ups and the downs. Yep. Yeah, I've not fallen out with Courseware or anything like that, but when I'm in a session like this, sometimes it's just as easy for me as to just crack on ourselves, as in like you've not in and out of menus, and I've got to be honest, they are fairly decent. I keep saying this, but I haven't gone off Courseware or anything like that. I don't want anybody to like think that, oh, he's not. I've not gone off it. It's a beta. It's not quite right at the minute, but I still haven't gone off of it. It really is still brilliant. So yeah, and it will of course get better. That is true. It's nice sometimes as well, like if you want to rest from bailing, because I bailed. I like bailing, but I mean, even like with the vessel in the wood, it's sometimes nice to have a bit of a rest or to have them do it, and you can do something else. So it is nice to not have to. I think it is that. It's the freedom of like, you've got to do it, and you know you've got to do it, whether you like it or not. And I do like it. It's a good job that I do. But it's that freedom that you think, well, I don't have to. Yeah, I can. I mean, since the Schnufflestuck, we can really. I think, did we buy one for this? Some Let's Plays I bought it, but I didn't want all of them. But I suppose it's got a versatility that I have really badly caught me out in FS22. I really didn't think how useful the Schnufflestuck could be. It's got some really far-reaching, fantastic features that, you know, you can harvesters can bail and things like that. It's amazing. It's got the horsepower, which most of them have at the minute. And again, you can, something like the Dragon can do lorry backs. It can do every kind of back that you want, really, because it's got all of the low, middle, high, you name it, it's got the attachment for it. It's got them all. So again, it's very, very versatile. Fantastic bit of kit by the MTL modding team. Fantastic. So yeah, there's not much. You can have a lorry that has got that back thing like the international that I guess sort of saying, oh yeah, but and it's been stuck down at the shop when I really could have used it. Could I? I don't think I can. That's true. That's the one thing we can't do. It has got to have like a rear hitch. You can't have that. Yeah, you can't have the dolly that goes to like a normal, really, which is. I wonder if anybody's ever thought of making one of those. It's a fifth wheel, isn't it, really, thinking about it? Well, I'm sure we'll get them. I'm sure we had them before. Yeah, it's a fifth wheel adapter, isn't it, really, thinking about it? It's just like a round shape that would go into it, and then it would have, like, the trailer backs at the back. A bit like a reverse shuffle stuck. So, yeah, that is doable. Clip in now. This is, I was going to time myself until I've been chattering. It's true, I am, definitely. Yeah, I've really got to. I've got to say, this was the least favourite because it was sort of alien. The culture and the town I hate. It's with a passion. It's traffic lights and one-way stops and all the rest of it are an absolute nightmare. And of course, I do try to observe such things, and it catches me every time going through all of those lights, and they always seem to change to red. And being the law-abiding citizen that I am, or try to be, then it sort of pulls at your conscience, even though you think, well, it is a game, I could really go through it. I thought, yeah, but also, what example are you saying? If, like, kids are watching and stuff like that, you know, what am I going to say that it's okay for me to go through a red light? No, it's just, you've got to do what you believe is right, and I do believe that is right, even though it drives me crazy going through the town. But yeah, it's apart from that, I've now come to its alien beauty, and the culture is different. I've accepted it. It's nice. There's a little bit I missed there, I can see. We will assist on the ups and the downs as well. So I would say one more of these and we should probably have assisted. But he is making some progress. Mind you, we are as well. We're not doing badly. That's the thing when you've got a team of two working on a field like this, it really doesn't take long to do it. So yeah, so I think this is the last year of peas. I think what we're going to do is we'll literally do, again, I was saying this, the crop calendar sort of decide, and also the expense of the equipment. Now, we're obviously specialists, but we still have got the normal harvester. We're going to have to, like, let the poor soil be free of peas, because we've had peas everywhere. So I think, truthfully, we're going to have to, like, observe crop rotation, which means if you're harvesting one of the few crops that you can do that's completely different, well, actually, we could do anything. This time we could. Yeah, we could do barley, wheat, or canola. But I was thinking do we go from oils? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to do a bakery. You know, that's true. We were going to do the bakery for the noodles, weren't we? So, in fact, that's something we have got to still do. Not the bakery. We just need flour, don't we? So. Yeah, we need a grain mill. Now there are others that there are like third parties as well. Like there's the Lortz windmill, and there's another one as well. And there's also I have done one of the little ones myself, so we shall have a look. We might even at the end of this session do a bit of a like mod review where we look at all of them. It's it is true. I don't do mod reviews per se, but I do in a way. But I think whether I should turn them into proper mod reviews and just focus upon those, because I always do mod reviews, really. I just don't post it as a mod review because it's always within the session. But we had some really good looks in FS22 at some of the really good factories and the really bad ones. We tore them to pieces. The cereal factory that was so terrible, I've got to be honest that some of Giant's recipes have nicely surprised me. The loss on some of them, the loss especially, the recipes are still not very generous. That I am going to say. They really are quite. Cycles are pitiful, but then again, the little factories. I mean, I think you do about 5.5 tons of some things, and that's the good things. Yeah, the really poor ones like buffaloes are like. Buffaloes are brilliant, but they've got very little milk, so it's almost like buffaloes have been treated badly in every single way because their milk production, the cheapest of the cattle, but they produce far less milk than a normal milker. And then Giants have bashed them on a double level because they make the best butter, but they've slowed the cycles down to the point where you're going to be very, very slow on making the butter. So it's sort of like the poor buffaloes, give them a break, you know, like give them something that they're good at rather than nerfing all the buffalo stuff. It just seems a little bit unfair. I mean, goats are amazing. Goats, that's something I wish to do, definitely on a Let's Play. I would like to do the animals, but I've got to be honest, manure's broke. Not that that would affect goats. That's another reason why goats would be a really good choice, solid choice. Because really they don't produce manure in the first place, so you're not going to miss it. Whereas, I mean, to be honest, if you've got a spreader, is probably the only reason at present that you really would want a yeah, I mean, there's manure's not, there's no like fertilizer mods or anything like that. I've enjoyed though that there aren't, because it is always, I said this in FS22, it's always a temptation because it's such a good money spinner, and on hard economy it really is a good money spinner, and because of how tough it is, it's tempting to actually, you know, like go for something like that. Oh wow, we'll let you go up to that corner. We will okay, so you're not going to that corner. We'll do it ourselves then. Wow, that is amazing, isn't it? Just meeting just the last little bits. It is, so I say it's all about teamwork. I've always said that. When I was first FS19, I thought, and I think a lot of us go through this stage, I thought bigger. Yeah, like a bigger harvester, bigger seeder, bigger planter, bigger tractor. And then as I got into things like Hobo's Hollow, taught me, right, okay, let's leave you to do that because you crack me one otherwise. That I've got quite a lot of little tractors, and we've got quite a lot of little sets of equipment. A bit gangly, some of it was 6 metre, a 4 metre, a bit like this really, very similar. But when you've got two rolling or two doing what we're doing here, it really gets done very quickly. And while you're doing this, so I think 3 is about the minimum, 2 is the absolute bare minimum. 3 is a good start of tractors, and I've not had many Let's Plays other than the original Hutan Pantai where we had much more than 3 tractors. Frontier now we've got 4, I think. Yeah, we've just bought another very reasonable Forterra, the bigger Zeta, so that's fantastic. Riverbend Springs, we've got quite a few tractors on that. That really we have done very well on tractors. But this one's the worst, I think. But we could also afford. Oh, we have bought the other one now. I mean, and we could afford another one again. Really. Well, I think we can stop you because you really, yeah, you're really done. You're gonna do the same patch as me, basically, which is just down here. So that is all of our fields done rolling. Well, we haven't got a roller, of course. I could have sworn we did. I could have sworn this was one of those. I know I have on Zalonka. That sticks in my head because I said we hadn't and it was at the end of the field. But apart from that, I thought we really had thought we had actually got one on this. But, well, let's go at the yard. We can have a look. quite sure I'm right. But now then, fertilising. I think we'd done it, everything one stage. If I remember rightly, we did one, and this should be good. There's just the rice to do, which we again we're going to be planting rice, which we can get this ready for. Even leave these right till the morning, or we can set the pairing going. We don't need to flood. I'll keep wanting to flood the fields so we can see peas, 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 and peas. Ooh, we missed a patch down there. Okay, well, let's go and fix that then. I was about to flick to long grain rice. That wouldn't really be very useful at this precise moment. Would not be the first time, and I doubt it will be the last that I have planted 2 crops in a field. Oh, that has caused me so much issues. The thing is, I have said this, it is weird, but obviously people say, oh, it's terrible to make mistakes. It teaches you, I always find, no, that's that one. It teaches you like to pay attention more, and when you're hurt by something, I mean, as in like it causes pain, like that. Oh no, I've made that dreadful mistake again. It does teach you the hard way. Like, yeah, now let's change this to long grain and get this ready for the morning. We do need to repair this after this, though. I hope I remember. Right, so then. Yes, we can see peas, 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 peas. What about everything else? Should be double fertilised everywhere. Let's get rid of the mulched. Well, we can't do that now. Hang on a minute, why? It's like the worker switched the fertilisation off, because you can see it did it, and then it stopped. How bizarre. Yeah, we don't need any lime. Well, even though we've not quite done that properly. Needs rolling, it'll be everything. It should be everything. Okay, it doesn't need rolling according to this. Well, that's different. Yeah, we've got the mulcher, haven't we? We mulched a lot. I think that's what I'm thinking. It's the mulcher that we've got, not a roller. Yeah, it is. And we've got that beautiful, the Recordia now. Let's just go and see our little charges and see how they're doing. Make sure they're happy. Yeah, I'm quite proud of this. I'm going to put an object in the back to obscure the fact that you can see inside, because that I can do quite easily, like to import. Oh, my life. Wow. Whoa. Oh, we need to put that. Yeah, we need to do. Oh, 4,007. 165 animals. Whoa. I have adjusted it. I have. I thought it was only fair. It's how many does it say now? It says, yeah, 250. I thought it's still a little bit small, but they all are a little. Oh wow, look at the little chicks. They're amazing. They're like baby. They look more like pigeons though than chicks. There's the vague resemblance to chickens. Really, let's not spoil the illusion. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of eggs, so we can get on with our. So at the end of this session, we are going to get on with. I think we'll do like 2 or 3. Oh, of course we chopped that already, didn't we? We were going to stick animals down. We really need to like. If we put more investing in businesses, though, really is better for us. So if we look at, and we've already got the preserved food factory. It's this here, which needs flour and eggs, which we've got that. So, and we just need to make the flour. And the loss is not terrible. I don't think I've adjusted that at all. Or if I have, I may have done. But yeah, I'm not sure. So I think we'll have a look at 2 or 3 at the end of the session. So let's yeah, no, there's really very little we can do. We do need a roller though. 7.5 meter. I'm very tempted with that. It's a really good price, but I think we'll wait. I'm happy with what we've got, really. We're not doing that a lot, so let's go through to April. And it is indeed 8 o'clock, and there's definitely enough food for the chickens, and the eggs are doing nicely. So, I mean, to be honest, that's another income stream. One that I've got to take to market, I do realise. Well, actually, we're going to use them, so... But, I mean, there may be too many eggs. Once we've got that up to 250, I'd imagine. Oh, that's a decent tick up. And the aggro. Well, at least it has actually got a decent bonus. I keep seeing this at 43% off. I mean, that's almost... That I could live with. I mean, it's more than we can afford, but on a Let's Play when I have actually got that, they've still got that horrible slowdown. Thought it said you could go higher. Oh, it can. It's just really slow. It's not allowing me to... 36. Wow, it goes up a bit steeply. I thought I was going to say how reasonable it was to begin with, but the 30 metre is really quite reasonable, and then that extra 3 metres for double, and an extra like 6 metres for like triple. No, that seems a little bit steep to me, to be honest. But we shall say no, we can't really afford it, and we don't really need it, to be honest. Right, it's April. Let's set you lot going first with the long grain rice, and I am going to use the standard worker because I can just click go. Grab the other one and set that going, and then we're going to check our little chargers. I do love the fact that they can, yeah, I mean, the only bad thing is obviously these can get run over by the... why are the animals not coming back here, though? We do need to shift that. Yeah, they're all, like, bunched very, very far forward now, which they really shouldn't be. And no, I did look inside. We've got the aggro. Weeds talking about. Okay, well that we can do with a little vent. But I do want to go and check a little, make sure there's enough food for them. I can't imagine them eating more than 4,000 litres of food, but you never know. No, it's 750 per day. So we can easily leave that. 1 month till offspring again. Fantastic. So then let's grab... Yeah, that's true. Even telehandlers can use the schnuffle stuck to be more useful, which is quite amazing. You can make them into little mini tractors, and I know we have got one that you can do that already. So, right, so then we need you in your spraying configuration. Can leave the front box on. I keep forgetting. Yes, it's a lovely little tank, this is, but you really do have to be right next to it. I mean, literally right next to it. It seems a little bit... Yeah, the trigger's very ungenerous. But it's still... now I know that it works like that. Like anything, you can work with the mod. There's a few nice fuel tanks. There's a lovely, like, homemade one. But at the minute it's not working. I thought I'd try it because I always like to spread the love and test like lots of different mods. And there's another one that's I think it's only 1,000, and I thought, sort of read that you can put them all over your farm. I thought what that meant was you got 1,000 litres of fuel for... Oh no, you can't have a platform. Actually, I'm telling fibs. It's alright, I've got the front box on one of the other Let's Plays, and of course that you can leave it on, but I took it off, and I sort of said you don't really need to take it off, but yeah, you do for the row, because obviously it does literally fit snugly on the fence from nose, so... Ooh, plenty. Right, let's get this, look to me like... Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the weeds. Have we got weeds where? Ooh, everywhere. Right, okay. In that case, then, I'm going to say my words, because we could be here a while. I didn't realise I've got so much to do. Yeah, so I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I thought I'd let that actually finish that. They look fairly good to me. I'm not sure if you missed a little bit down there looking at that. It looks like there's a tiny patch missing on the edge of the field, but then again, it doesn't look like it when you actually look at the field. So they're a bit funny with the field edges, the rice fields. They don't like you doing it, and they don't always take. So yeah, it's again a minor little glitch really. Now it's something it needs repairing. Let's just check this out. We're gonna get a pretty hefty bill, I would say, for doing this. It's a little bit nasty. Ooh. I think if we could do the bakery actually where that bumpy bit is, looking at that. Ooh, it was the bed now. Ooh. I don't think we could have repaired that before. We might have been really poor and we got it. It vaguely rings a bell. So this can go away, as in the bed now. Did we get the schnuffle stuff here? Because if so, I've not seen it lying around. Or is it down at the shop? I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. We've been pretty much over most of the farm today, so I've not seen it on this side of fields or anything like that. So it's either down at the shop or we've not bought one. Ooh. I'm sure, I don't know if we leased it. I leased it on a few Let's Plays because I wasn't sure whether to like do it on all of them or what, but I'm sure we've got schnuffle stuck. No, it's the exacta. We seem to have a little bit of stuff scattered around, Mr. Smith. You are like still being a little bit naughty. Yeah, it is a little bit bad. Right, so I did promise, and I do think I am right, some more chats. Let's go grab that telehandler. In fact, while we're this close to, let's just, while we can, we do need to flood the fields as well. Let's do that as well. Let's grab some 3 or 4 tons of wheat, and we may as well top that up. Oh, that's a little bit not quite right. Should be. That's yeah. And the only bad thing is that obviously with like doing this rice field, we appear to be running over our chickens. But Polenyo was the same. We always felt like I was running over the chickens on Polenyo for that very, very reason. It should pretty much take almost all of it. Or maybe it's just going to take all of it. Let's leave that there. Just go move this that I did promise. You should always keep your word. So yeah, let's just shift that bit of stuff. I think it's true. I reckon where that bank's a bit bubbly and fantastic, that's all of our jobs done. We've been a busy session actually. I like it when we do achieve great things like this. When you do multiple jobs. Yeah, but let's not forget to flood the fields. That's the thing that, yeah, keeps catching me out. Oh. Huh? I thought you were supposed to flood the fields once you'd seeded it with long grain rice. Let's try all of them. That's what I was taught. That's what I've always done. You just can't... Oh, no, 2 out of 3. I'm going to presume the third one's going to be the same. Must be the next day. I could have sworn you were supposed to do that. Actually, once you'd done that. Should have planted it. Wouldn't have accepted it if we did it wrong. Yeah, long grain rice is definitely... Is it short grain that's the month before? Rice. No, that's all rices are now. But, yeah. It's not accepting water, so there's not a lot we can do. Simple as that. So we don't need to do that. What was I going to do? I've thrown myself a bit of a curveball now. So we've done this. We did the chickens. Well, that's it. We're going to shift these out of the way so that we could have a look. I'm going to save the game. I've taken autosave, I think, off all of them now. I've like not got it. I just don't think. Since that first crash I had on Riverbend Springs right in the very, very first week, I haven't had any major crashes since, so yeah. Seem to be able to get both, which I'm sure we should really be able to. You can also take the collisions off these, which is quite useful. Stick these here near this. The garden, not too near the garden. We're indoors, or give us a would not be very happy with this. This keeps going in the ground. I know, I'm trying to pull it out. Gordon Bennett. It's not like that. Yeah, the thing is, well, telehandlers are brilliant for getting themselves up because you can use the knuckle, but I'm likely to like push them straight into the ground again. I'll leave it. I'll get it. I will get it. Right, so then let's just think everything else is not going to be in the way. I might have to use B mode. We're definitely going to... Right, save the game. We did say that, and we do want to save the game. So we've got a base. I make sure autosave isn't on. I don't think it is, but we will check. No, it is off. Fantastic. So then, let's just have a look at the productions and the cycles of the productions. So yeah, I've done something wrong on that. I was trying to see what I needed to do to change the colour on things, but it looks awful. But it was only literally just so as I could see. I can undo it. It's just I wanted to see. Yeah, I did the grey mill earlier. This has been tweaked very little because it's already quite good. So oh wow, we don't need yeah, it's here where we need it, I thought, but we don't want to. We could sort of put it like there. We'd need to flatten it. It's quite bumpy there. We're taking too much room up there, but we could re-divert the road a little bit around and stick this right next door to the other one, or we could stick it like that end to end and then build a new road, or we could really get that in that little corner. Again, it is flat as a pancake. This is the one good thing about this. We could just put it on B mode. At least B mode's not too much difficult to say. I do love the way that Giants allow you to see that whether or not you've got it on. I know we just switched it on, but what I mean is, now then, we're going to have a look and see. We're going to put that one down. We might have to inject some cash. Is that another grey mill? Have I already done a grey mill? I didn't realise I'd done one. It appears I did. Right, so the oil mill, preserved food factory, that's the super one, and yeah, then everything goes back to normal. So I did do 2 of those for some reason, but there are third parties. The windmill, grain mill, that's the normal Giants one. Sure, we could actually do that as a comparison, actually, because this is like, we're not going to save this, so we also are going to need to inject some more cash though, because I'd like to show the lots as well. So let's add 100 grand, because this is not going to happen. That's why I saved the game. Although it's not the first time I've done that on a few Let's Plays when I've actually forgotten to do it. So carpentry, here we go. Windmill. There is also MA7 Studios did it, but you've got to no, I don't want to do it on my Riceford, even if it's like it's definitely got room here. Land is not owned by you. It'll be that, yeah, it'll be that it's quite a good big section for it. Oh wow. Oh, it has as well. It's got the chevrons at the back. Takes up quite a lot of room, which is a bit of a disadvantage. Oh wow. That's a bit, yeah, I've not really got anywhere for it to go. That's just, surprised it couldn't fit in that. That's a big chunk of land. Let's just, yeah, because I don't mind if it goes in, because we're not going to do this. This is not happening. It's just I would like to see, like, which of them is, like, the best, or, I mean, yeah, because the lots are still very reasonable for 50,000 if it's super duper. It would be nice to see if it is super duper. So can we stick it there on our concrete, which I don't care about for now because it's never going to happen. Fantastic, all my life. Thank goodness it's not going to happen. Right, so then, let's have a look at the cycles of all of those by comparison. So one is the normal. Right, okay, I think we can see which is the normal. That does 48 cycles per month times 30. I may have souped it up a little too much. I hadn't realised the cycles on that is like tremendous. I don't think 10 times is a little bit too excessive. Yeah, so I need to tame that down a little. I was looking, it didn't look terribly bad, but obviously it is. That's quite a lot, really. And the windmill is, oh, well, the windmill makes mine look tame by comparison, and it's, yes, shall I tame mine down? All my life, the Lotus, really, that is an absolute beast. So it's probably supposed to be on par, though, with a big one. But I've got to be honest, if you look at mine then, it's not really that bad, is it? For 17,000, I mean, the Lotus is 15, so it's 3 times the amount, but it is a monster. But I think actually mine is, I'm going to be honest, for space and everything, I've got to give mine the edge. It's going to do quite well. Storage, obviously the Lords is going to win on that hands down, and the Giants one is still not bad either. In fact, actually, yeah, there's not much difference between the two. I know I didn't change an awful lot on it, so well, I'm not going to save this. We're going to place it next time. Mine I'm going to go with, because it's mediocre. We don't need to do a shed load, but how didn't we? It's oats that we've got in, isn't it? 12 tons of oats. Yeah. Fantastic. 3,000 litres of... Yeah, we need to take the peas. And they are at best possible price now. So I don't really want to go through till tomorrow morning either. So I'm going to leave it here. We've already saved it. I'm going to... I've showed you everything, haven't I? Yeah, chickens. That I would imagine they've just given birth again. I'm sure they're about 40, 80, 120, 160, 165. No, they haven't given birth yet. So one of these is about to give birth. 50, 83, 50. So they're going to give birth in the morning. Their first set as well. They're youngsters themselves. Oh no, they're puberty. Their puberty. So it's still the first set that are giving birth. So another couple of months and they will have done another 40, which is amazing. And the first set of chickens are nearly out of puberty. So that is another, next time those two will give birth, that's it, it's filled. So I'm not going to get rid of these because these won't have happened. Next time we come in this session, they won't be there and we'll be back in time a little bit. So yeah, we've done everything. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.